to the new map. Oh, after I rename it. How do I name it?
Am I still waiting to strangle faint? Is that what's happening?
I just imagine it like a Homer choking Bart. Like, why you little?
Like some kind of cartoon ass shit.
Yeah.
You piece of devil, demon, whatever you.
2174 miles.
Yep. Yeah, so this whole thing is like 2,200 miles crosswise, so it's like almost perfect. Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's pretty
Nailed it!
nice.
Where is it?
Nice.
Oh,
Nicey.
it's more zoomed in. What the hell is this?
It's a good question.
We should not find out.
Ooh.
Let's not go there at all.
Are we
ever.
supposed to go to the red X? Is that the?
You can if you want. That is just like very clearly the entrance to the Citadel of the Nine Hells, which is the first layer of which is still part of Avernus. This is the Wastes of Avernus, which is where the river Styx is, which is the orange river that flows through the whole thing. This is where the Blood Wars occur, which is the eternal war between demons and devils. And this was a plane some of you may remember from Fred's stream. Actually, so let me, instead of sharing my camera, let me share my screen for a second.
Blue.
Okay.
That's a nice jacket, Blue.
Thank you.
So
I
this
see
is
the sparkly on the shoulders. I'm like, ooh.
Oh, that's not part of the jacket. That was the armor.
your Yasha armor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even better.
Yeah,
With the
I-
jacket.
With the jacket. I
the
call
heck?
it my like switch jacket because it has like a blue sleeve and like a red sleeve.
Oh, nice. So everyone can see my desktop now. So this is kind of a side view of Avernus. So you guys are like on this. Why? Give me a brush. You guys are roughly here, and this entire plane that you see on Roll20 kind of roughly slopes up, and then there's a waterfall of blood almost from the river Styx that kind of falls off this planetoid, and all the asteroids and stuff that you see are being pulled away by the gravitational force of the black hole sun in the area, and then that kind of like blue swirl that like eventually loops into the black hole that I showed you, that's kind of where the river Styx ends up flowing into in space. Then the Citadel of the Nine Hells here, you can kind of see a top-down view here. This is still Avernus. This first layer of defense is the first layer of the Citadel and is kind of like the city proper of Avernus. And then there are various layers that build up. And the layers of the Nine Hells, some of which have an opening in the Citadel, some of which you can only get to from the Citadel, but aren't actually like part of the Citadel. There's like doors to the Citadel from those layers, but those layers are not in the Citadel itself. And then the last layer that is all the way at the back of the planetoid, this right here, which is also this right here, is a giant spire, the Tower of Asmodeus, which is essentially the 9th layer of Hell, where Asmodeus lives. So yeah, this is kind of like the side view, and then this is the top-down view.
Cool.
And that's kind of what you guys can see.
Neato.
And yeah. So, are you already streaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to go.
Is everyone here?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, you guys find yourself roughly where this white X is. You can see the entrance to the Citadel, even though it is thousands of miles off because of the slope of the entire plane. You can even see right here. Oh, let me switch. This right here. You guys can see just barely as this tiny speck super off in the distance. But being fresh out of the memory, this is the fortress that the flying fortress that was crashed that you guys raided, and
damn.
it's even still here, just on the other end of the battlefield. So yeah, you're in Avernus. Everyone's looking kind of spooked. You have Meloria with you, and she is kind of like, "What the fuck just happened?" And she's looking around, and she's like, you could tell that fight or flight instinct is like kicking in and her adrenaline's pumping. What do you all do?
Again, I tackle Feint. The hell did you just do?
I guess I don't want to be tackled.
Hmm.
All right, make an athletics check, Kua.
Oh yes! Where's my dog? What's up, buddy?
I make acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Let's go! Let's
22.
go! I am here.
Nice. You do successfully grapple Feint and pull him to the ground, and you're like,
I am
"Whoa."
here.
All right. I just lay there. I suppose.
Can you twist it back? Will that do it? Just-
Turn it the other way.
Yeah.
I think Feint just like wrestles his arm out from underneath Kanaka with the puzzle and like just gestures it in Talon's direction
Okay.
and just goes, "Well, you can't make it any worse."
I'll take it and shake it.
Okay,
Oh.
you shake it.
Okay.
Shake it again.
And Feint's just like laying on the ground.
Are you like
Eat it.
purposely trying to like solve it and
No,
like
just
put it back?
just gonna shake it.
Okay. You just shake it. Then.
And
Nothing seems to happen by just shaking it.
Carl
Feint
goes
turns
over.
His head
It's
to
no
Scarlet
fun.
and goes, "Glad you're not dead. Sorry, we're here." Fuck.
Scarlet's like,
Carl's like wiping tears from their eyes and like goes over to town like, here, let me see it.
okay. Here you go. Shake it one last time.
Oh,
Like one real good hard shake.
Again, nothing happens.
Damn.
Okay.
You
So
didn't shake it a third time. That's when it explodes.
I know, right?
Whoa. So Carl shakes it. No,
God.
Kanaka, can you stop shaking the box, please?
so
Can you what?
can
Make
do-
me.
I do some
You should
checks
drop
on
me and
this
go
bad
make
boy?
him stop shaking it.
No, he gave it to
Oh,
Carl.
What did you do? What did
Make
you
her.
do?
Can Carl do some checks?
Sure. What are you trying to do specifically?
Undo this. Put.
Make an Arcana check.
Do
first.
it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just
Let's
do it.
not-
Oof.
Yeah, you have no idea what this is or how it managed to transport you back, like from an arcane perspective. Like, you know that there are planar shift spells, but you're really confused as to how opening this box could do that.
Did you
Okay.
try shaking it?
She did.
Oh, no.
Carl just like.
but we saw in the vision
So I asked Feint while
this
he's on
kind
the
of
floor.
happened.
Is that the same box that was in the vision?
I don't know. Is it the same box?
It is not. Definitely a
No.
different pattern to solve it.
No. Yeah. I bet you it was smaller, right? Because as a devil, I would have been like 10 feet tall. Would have been a much bigger box.
No, they're actually the same. Like they look identical, but the mechanism to
So, like-
solve this
like
one
as
is
a-
just different.
So like as Balamel, I was like operating it like this. Fingers.
Tweezers.
Possibly. I mean, it's about the size of. I would say it's
Or
like a
is it
little bit bigger
basketball
for you.
size almost.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay, so
softball
it's
size.
not a softball. All right, no,
Oh.
I could see that then. Yeah,
Okay.
like a
okay.
10-foot. It'd be Rubik's cube size. No, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
I got
Just-
you. I gotta get
Um,
it.
Can you do what you did, but backwards? Then it'll take us back.
Yeah, doesn't work like that.
Also, can you get off of him? What are you doing down there? That looks
Car-
very
It's
uncomfortable.
fine. It's making him feel better. Don't worry about
Just-
it.
I'm gonna like whack knock in the back of the head with my stick. Just be like, stop it! Stop it!
Careful, he'll get you next.
Stop it!
It's like Yoda beating on R2D2 in Empire Strikes Back.
Kanaka looks at Talon. What are you doing? I'm talking to the man that brought us.
Stop
in. You
it.
couldn't have waited till later.
Stop
to do this?
Stop it!
During
I mean,
this, Carl goes to hand the
Stop
box
the
to
violence.
Stop
Meloria.
it!
Stop.
I could have been holding a magic item.
Is that-
Okay,
Where's
that
that go?
I got you.
Talon keeps doing
Hold
stop
on, I
it.
got
Kanaka
you.
lets go to Fate
got
and
it.
goes after Talon.
Nice.
Fucking-
Stop the
He
violence.
grabs the
Stop
stick
it.
away from Talon. He grabs the stick. He stops the stick and tries to take it from him.
Oh my god.
I'll just like let him
Um,
have it.
Can
I have that back? It's my stick.
No.
Can
Please?
Carl give the box to Meloria?
Sure.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's
can I-
smart.
I will resort to violence. Can you give it back? Be nice.
No.
Just a second.
I will resort to spellcasting.
Just get. Kanaka, just get off of him, please.
Faint,
I'm
Faint
already
looks
off
over
of
at
it.
Krug.
Oh,
He has my stick.
oh,
know how Krug's
you don't need your
response
stick. Your stick's
I
fine.
give your stick back
I want
later.
my stick.
You
Stick.
can. You lost stick privileges, apparently.
Fine.
I can imagine. I can see what everybody else is doing. I can imagine how Scarlet's reacting. What's Krug doing? I think Faint looks over at Krug.
I was gonna
Krug's
say, I wonder
staring.
what Krug's doing.
Krug's staring up into the black hole this whole time. And he's like, Moon look funny.
That's not a moon, Krug.
I think
That's
Faint just
no
goes.
moon.
Yeah.
It's not a
damn right.
moon.
Damn right.
He's like, what? It's the moon. It just look weird.
I give
Don't
Talon
be,
back.
don't be ridiculous, Kiff. At night they call it the moon.
Talon back his stick. I'm like, go hit Krug with it. Tell him it's not the moon.
No.
Why?
Let Krug have this, please.
No.
This is just gonna be a lot for Krug.
Should we take the dragon egg out of the bag of holding and start like carrying it around since that thing's gonna hatch soon?
No, little faint. No.
It'll be
Excuse me, what?
No.
Listen, Faint Junior.
Oh my
You
gosh.
It
No,
can't
little
hatch if you
Faint.
can't see it. It's fine.
I can only apologize.
And just a second.
Grab my soda.
It will definitely. If it hatches in there, it'll stay an egg. It's fine. It'll just stay.
That's not.
It's very much how it
Guys.
works.
Guys, I'm still kind of mad we're here, but I really enjoyed the vision where Talon wasn't speaking and he was a dog.
Well, it was fun to be smart. I felt
Wow.
like I could understand a lot more for some reason.
You know, you
Oh,
did
no.
feel really smart.
It was.
So what do I
Alright.
call you now? He looks at Faint. Do I call you by your demon name? Your devil name or whatever? Or
I'd
Doesn't
rather you
look as
didn't.
big. Wait, I'm a
I'm
poke
Faint
Faint.
now.
Like,
It's a
can
thing.
you
so
do
then
be bigger?
it's Scarlet, so what do I call you? Faint Junior? Shine?
Just keep calling me Scarlet. That's my name.
Okay, so as you guys are having this conversation, Meloria is looking over the puzzle box, and she goes, it looks like essentially a plane shift spell is stored in this. When unlocked, it shifts you to apparently this location in the first layer of hell. It appears to be a one-way mechanism. I am not capable of this magic. I know how this type of magic works. If we can get us back to anywhere on the material plane, I can get us back to to my shop. But I don't have the ability to shift planes.
Well, which way is it?
She kind of looks around, and everyone make first perception checks and then history checks.
Perception through Clint? Question mark.
No, it's gonna be your own.
No, come back, Ty. I'm sorry.
Do you
You
have
said a
to summon
perception and a
Clint? He
history?
wasn't in the shop, was he?
He's always with me.
Yeah, he probably was. And even then, like Clint has been out, so she can just like snap her fingers and poof, he's there.
What is my perception?
My,
Yeah,
uh,
he isn't
Oh,
dead.
we-
Can I get
This-
history
That's buzzing.
at advantage, maybe?
What was it? Perception.
You would get history advantages. Yep.
Oh,
One
we did
perception
that.
roll and one history roll.
Give me
Perception.
that plus
is good.
2 that I get to roll
I
twice.
forgot my
Wow.
modifier.
How?
It's supposed to be 3.
Wow.
16.
Wow. Oh, I got 10. Fuck. History. Give me a second.
Wait, did everybody get history?
Can we roll history no matter what? Even if we roll.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got 3. Oh my god. While Lori was saying that, Kanaka was looking at Krug's face. Blue's face the whole
Ooh.
time Mac was talking was so funny. I
History.
was laughing. Blue, it's fucking great. You're like confused. You're like,
Craig's still trying to figure that the moon out. He's like it's like haircut.
Scarlet
So-
knows more
Like
about this
someone
than I
getting a
do.
new haircut, you know?
I got 19. I'm a nerd.
So,
Love life.
oh, great.
yeah. Okay, so Carl, Meloria, and Faint have all very good kind of vision of the field. Scarlet is a little bit distracted by all these memories kind of resurfacing and then suddenly being shifted back here. You and Faint kind of at the same time have a realization of what's a few hundred miles behind you. Kind of this skull here. That's kind of like in the side of a mountain range almost. This is a shrine to Tiamat.
Okay.
And you also see a tower over here that seems to be somewhat of a guard tower over the area. And you realize that you're kind of in the periphery of like what might be seen from said guard tower, although it is still several hundred miles off. There's another one here, but again, because there's no curvature here, and in fact everything kind of gently slopes up, like from this end of the map you can just see everything, even though it's like really super small details the further and further away you get. But you and like Carl, you can definitely see all this. You have no idea what any of it is though.
Yeah.
And you just get the sense that like it's not good to be here. And yeah, the big shrine is a shrine to Tiamat, and you get the feeling that perhaps the reason the Infernal Cube was here is because it was close enough to be under possible watch of anyone who might worship Tiamat, but far enough away that it wouldn't none of the magics guarding Tiamat and preventing her from leaving this place would interrupt the spell.
Okay.
So,
It's kind of what you collectively gather from all that.
so back in the cave where we first found the cube, there was that portal that we destroyed. That was like how people were getting out. Is there anything that looks like that around us? Portals that would lead back out, or doorways, Like a similar kind of structure thing?
Not where you are outside, no.
Maybe we destroyed that one, but there might be more.
Why do I get the feeling that Portal was in the shrine?
Maybe.
I'm crying.
Can't use it
So-
now.
Do we have any plans of getting out? Is it hot here?
Is it
It's
hot
not-
here?
It's not like, you're gonna take damage from it, but it is like 110 and humid.
So
Ugh.
guys, I'm
Ew.
getting sticky. Do we have any plans on getting out of here anytime soon? Or
The humidity is from the blood.
Yep.
In case you're
gross.
wondering.
So
It's
like, are
blood
we just
humidity.
gonna like get out of here? Or...
Lovely.
Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here. Now.
Do we?
Do we? Do we
This-
know
Could've been
anyone?
there,
this
you didn't miss like
specific
a
spot.
box.
Carl's just
Well, no use crying over spilled blood. Gotta go.
Do we know anyone who? Do we have to walk out of here? Or
doesn't
I don't want to think about that right now. Right now, we
Can
walk
we
away
fly
from
out of here?
towers.
So if we fly to the black hole, will it teleport us anywhere?
do we know anyone
Maybe
who can
the
get us out of
abyss.
here?
Know where you want to go. Jesus.
So like an exit
No.
somewhere?
Is there any place here that can teleport us to a different plane of existence that is not as terrible as
Sure,
this
there's
place?
lots. Yeah, lots. All over the place. We just gotta find them, and then you gotta find the right one, and it's definitely guarded. So there's that. I don't know.
Where's the
There's,
nearest one? We can kill them all.
Okay, is there
What?
from
Probably.
your knowledge, my devil friend, is there a gate on this plane that leads to a plane of water?
Why would we want to
I don't know,
go?
that's a
I
good
don't
question.
like
Do I know that?
swimming.
I don't know. I might know the answer to that if I roll well, but I don't expect that Faint paid much attention in school.
Did we
So-
read about Avernus in any of our books?
Yeah, I seem to remember hearing about it
I
once or
think we
twice.
did.
We should
A little
have
bit,
books
yeah.
On us.
Yeah, that's what Scarlett was
I
gonna
mean, there's-
start looking through her books and looking for a book that might have like a map of Avernus or something.
Can Carl help?
Faint just stands up and like looks at her and goes, "Yeah, she didn't get that from me."
Can Carl help? Give an advantage.
Sure. I guess make a investigation check
Okay,
at advantage.
sweet.
Do you guys think we know anyone who could get us out of here?
Faint, make an intelligence check.
Definitely, I have good investigation, so that's 16.
Intelligence.
Now, since we had the memory, would whoever played Ernil
Hey, 21.
remember that his
21
horse
big
can
number.
plane shift?
Yeah. To the ethereal plane, right?
I thought it was. Oh, maybe it is. I forget.
I think it was just to the ethereal plane and then back again, which basically means he can do a Banff. You know.
Okay.
What is
Yeah,
his fucking
I
name?
think I read that backwards.
What is his name?
Nightcrawler?
Yep. Yeah, Nightcrawler, when he does his thing, he teleports. He actually, like, I think teleports into hell and then goes somewhere and then teleports back. But
Okay.
We're talking about Nightcrawler from X-Men?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, I was making sure I was confused for a second.
Yeah, I got a 21, so that's good.
No. No.
I'm probably sitting there
Fuck.
racking my brain for like contacts and things that I know and
So, Scarlett, you said 16? Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to
Um,
them at him.
I rolled pretty bad.
So you do know that he is correct that there are ways in and out of Avernus. But one of the more, shall we say, accessible ways in and out are not necessarily objects but people. And while Avernus is the domain of devils, who if you find the right devil that has the power, might be willing to make a deal with you to send you to the material plane. There are devils or demons who wander around as well, who might also have the power to plane shift. Convincing them is probably a little more difficult. It depends on which sect you find, and that's pretty much what you know. Faint, you would know with your memory of how to get out, or of the Nine Hells, and some of your memories restored. The most likely chance of finding someone who is capable of casting plane shift is to go to the city of Avernus. You know that you yourself would probably have to be very careful of who you talk to, because you don't look like Balamel much anymore. But there are probably people who might know what you look like. You don't know if you'd run into them. You don't even know if they would still care. You know, for all you know, you've served your punishment on both ends, and who knows what would happen. It's very uncertain.
But his raps are showing now.
They are. It would depend on who you run into that would know even what those are.
Can
those
I
are.
take them off?
You can if you want.
But they're useful!
We could put wraps on the wraps.
I mean, Skylar can
I
try to
don't
do
know if I
something. Skylar can try with
You
her
know, so
disguise.
if I know there's a chance I'm gonna run into Zariel or something, I just immediately take him off and stuff. She'd probably be able to like feel him or something. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, now that you bring up your
Even-
master, why don't we go ask
Even
her for help?
bringing them to this plane.
Can
she
we
might know
start walking away from this place?
Yeah, no, I mean, Faint is walking in a direction away from
Okay.
towers, like immediately, and
Okay.
telling everybody, "We walk now, we go." But he's still thinking. Okay.
Is anybody gonna grab
so-
Krug?
How does the general
Carl
population
Carl's got Krug.
Okay.
here?
Come on, buddy.
I would say also with that roll though, you think that I don't remember if Morningstar was saying it in character or not, but you do know that since there was a portal to the material plane that seemed to be controlled by the Abishai and demons of Tiamat, it is possible that there are more of said portals within the Shrine of Tiamat. So as far as finding objects, that might be a thing. There is also, and I'm only giving you this because you rolled above a 21, but let me draw again. I'll do this in blue. So this right here, make sure I get the name right. Yes,
The Lonely
this is-
Mountain.
this is called
Beautiful.
Bell's Forge. And something you remember of the lore of Avernus is that Bell was once the leader of Avernus. He was once the forward commander, and he had overthrown Zariel for a time, and then he had failed Asmodeus in such a way that Zariel was restored to power, and Bell is now like officially subservient to Zariel and bound by a contract forged by Asmodeus, which is nigh impossible to break. And he is super bitter about that. And is also probably the second, well, if you count Tiamat, probably the third most powerful being on this plane.
Okay. Okay, so here's how I see it. There's 3 ways. We do it like a demon and just rush headlong into Tiamat's what was it? A monument,
Shrine.
fortress,
Yeah,
shrine, and hope we find a portal. We do it like a mortal and hope we can convince somebody, maybe in the direction of the Citadel, on the devil's side, to get us back. But that probably requires making a deal, and you don't want to make a deal. Or we do it like a devil, and we go to the most jealous person on the plane and hope that they'll be willing to help us out just despite the people in charge. They're all bad ideas. It's just which one's least worst.
There's also wandering around until you find something better or worse.
Well, yeah, emphasis on worse. Seems like wandering around hell might not be a great plan. I mean, it's a plan though, I suppose you couldn't actually say it's
I guess
definitively worse.
Kanaka asks, where is this jealous person at? In what direction?
Well, that does happen to be the one that's farthest away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any suggestions here.
And have you met him? Or this
I don't
person?
know. Have I? I may have run into him. I don't know.
You probably haven't met him personally. He certainly would not know who you were, even if you did meet him.
Yeah. I wasn't that kind of bigwig. I was, the leader of one legion out of many of Zariel. I didn't exactly hang out with people at or above her rank.
What about Zariel? Oh no, wait, you're in bad with her. We can't talk to her. Never mind.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe?
I mean, she kind of saved my butt.
I mean, we
But-
kind of want to talk to her anyway.
Do
She's
we
not
though?
gonna. Well, do we?
I thought
About
we
what?
wanted
About
her sword. Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, she
want
doesn't
her
have that
sword.
anymore. Hasn't had it in a long time.
Oh crap.
Yeah. It's somewhere.
That's right.
But maybe we could risk it. She's probably not going to be happy to see I have these back, and he shows her the wraps.
Oh.
Although she might
And
already
do you
on
know
it.
where she's at, bro?
Yeah. Isn't there a fortress? Isn't Dis a thing here?
So this is the second layer. So
Is it
essentially,
the second layer? I'm thinking of something else.
yeah. So essentially, where the red X is to the city proper of Avernus, and keep in mind, I'm doing this a little bit differently than the straight up descent into Avernus stuff.
Okay.
In
gonna
fact,
ask-
I need to grab another source book that will talk about this a little bit more. But the yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the second layer, but essentially
You're right.
that picture I was showing you, the city of Avernus proper, that's not the Avernus Wastes. Zariel has a citadel in there. She does also, as a commander of, or as the main general of the Blood Wars, have a flying fortress. So she's not always in her citadel, but
Yeah, I was gonna say,
frequently.
she's kind of a lead from the front type.
yeah. So it depends on what's happening with the Blood War right now as far as where she might be. She might not even be in Avernus right now. Which could be good, could be bad. You're honestly make an insight check, Faint.
Actually, pretty good at that.
Yo, yeah, bro. Yeah.
So
20.
upon thinking on it more, giving time for these newly resurfaced memories to digest as you guys kind of start walking in a direction. Roll a d8 for me also, Faint.
is it saying rolling the dice? Just roll it. Jesus.
Okay, you start kind of going. You just kind of pick a random direction and you start walking this way towards the river Styx to like walk along the shores of it.
Okay.
So that's kind of the general direction you guys are starting out as you're having this conversation. You're thinking about it, but you know you're thinking Zariel gave these to me for a reason. Like, these are a powerful item. She wouldn't have given them to someone newly minted as immortal if the entire purpose was to keep them hidden forever. So it kind of depends on her timing and her mood, how happy or sad she would be to see you if you did run across her. You're not sure. You have a feeling that the terms you two left on were meh. More of like,
Sure.
the ledger has been cleared, it is now neutral.
Okay, so it's not a terrible plan.
Is there a way to summon her here to this specific spot?
What, like by saying her name 3 times?
Yeah.
And
Have you
clicking
tried
your
it?
heels.
Meloria
try
kind of speaks up and says, technically speaking, I can do that, but I wouldn't recommend it, especially not with it being as powerful as Zariel.
I think
And
Fang
that-
kind of turns around and goes, "You can what?"
So, you may have noticed the circle in my workshop. It is a very powerful magical circle that I can use to summon certain beings to it. I've never even attempted to summon something nearly as powerful as someone like Zariel. If I'm completely honest, I've usually only done it to summon more fey creatures and spirits of intellect.
Can you
But-
summon someone specific?
It is very difficult, but it is possible. I would
Like if you
need
had a name.
I would need their true name. I would need to be able to create a circle strong enough to contain them. It would be a long ritual, and I would need objects that would attract said being, and I would need a whole bunch of will in order to contain the being. And if the being breaks the circle, or if anyone were to accidentally break the circle, the being would be free, and I would be unable to contain them. But it is technically possible, but it exhausts a lot of resources. And she kind of like looks around at the smoldering like sulfur salt grounds. Was like, and I can't really build a circle like that here. And I don't have any of my materials with me.
Okay, I vote we go to the city.
So she's saying she can summon her, but she can't summon her right now.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but if we run out of options and we absolutely have to, and we happen to have the materials, in theory I could. However, it would probably make me permanently on Zariel's shit list, which is very high on the list of people I would never want to get on the bad side of.
No worries, we'll just blame Fate. He brought us here, so it's his fault.
I don't think they'll see it quite like that, but I feel like the city might be our better bet too.
We can start in the city.
Yo, I'm not trying to get jumped by people. You feel me? Because they see Fate, and they be like, oh, it's this bitch.
Well, what I was gonna say is I can try and disguise him a bit with my disguise kit.
Well,
Bro,
Pulls
well,
out her disguise
everything here.
kit.
well, if we're gonna do that,
And
Fate
you guys might note from the memories that Faint does not look like Balamel anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm half the size. Probably.
But if we're gonna
Not
disguise
nearly.
him, we should let our
nearly.
best artist Krug do that. Isn't that right, Krug?
Yeah, I suppose
That's
that too.
not a
Give me
We can
moon.
both do it. He can help me.
No.
Krug
Shut
just
up.
points up to the black hole, and he's like, Krug realized that not moon.
Good
Hey.
job, Krug.
You're learning, dude.
You're right.
Okay, if it's not Moon Krug, what is it, Krug? Tell me.
I think it's moving, so doesn't it mean it's a planet?
But should I try and disguise the wraps at least? In case people would recognize them? I don't know.
It's up to you.
Wait, question. Does the rags have its own magic to where the wearer can conceal it from anybody else's vision?
Not as far as you're aware.
Garbage.
If you tried shaking them, that might work.
Yeah, shake the rags. Shake the rags. That's a great
Shake
idea.
your fists to the skies.
You just do like those one pillows where you just like wipe them and they look completely different.
Oh, the sequin.
Oh my god. I
Do
wish.
it
I think
backwards.
Fate's got long sleeves. He just makes sure the sleeves are pulled down. It's not a problem.
Wait, aren't you
Okay.
hot, bro?
No,
Probably comfortable as fuck for him now.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not. I'm not cold for the first time in like 20 years.
Well, you had your own personal fire that you forgot existed. So that's kind of on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Meanwhile, Carl's like, I can only take so many things off before I am no longer decent.
What are you talking about? Just be like Krug. Right, Krug?
Hey,
Mm.
most devils don't wear clothes, so whatever. Nobody around here knows any different. Reproduction doesn't work the same way here as it does on the material plane.
Wait, reproduction?
Although it also does.
But it also does. It
Wait.
doesn't.
What?
Stuff's complicated. Don't worry about it.
How's it complicated? A devil loves a devil. They make a baby devil. Isn't that how that
Well,
works?
okay. We should start with your first sentence that you said. Devils and love don't go together too well.
Okay, devil hate other devil and make a baby.
It's kind of more like hate love. Love hate.
Hate fuck.
Late.
What? So,
I mean-
Yeah.
revenge love. Okay.
It's complicated.
Can
How's it complicated?
we're
It's very
next
simple.
to the river
Oh my
Styx,
God.
right? Can
Well,
Krug
so-
like
Have you
stick his hand
have you read
down,
Homestuck?
get some water?
Homestuck?
Krug,
Is there
no,
the book Homestuck
no.
in this world? I'm confused.
We
Is
gotta
that one
hope
of
not.
the?
We really gotta
Is that
hope
one of the
not.
Drizzt books?
No. Homestuck? No, that's it's
That's
a,
internet.
I'm more happy that people don't know the reference than anything.
you know what? I
I
already
hope
been
nobody ever
exposed-
watches this stream.
I already,
'cause-
I already been exposed to one internet book by Blue, and I don't want to be exposed
That's
to another
not
one.
wasn't
Wait,
me.
which one?
That wasn't even me. That was Hayat.
Which one?
You recommended it to her to read it to
No, I didn't. She found it herself. What are we talking about? I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Please tell me. I want to
Are
know.
we talking about the same book we were talking about the other day?
What was it? I want to know.
The werewolf.
To Werewolf
one?
and Blue?
That's
Yeah,
not me. I
yeah.
didn't do anything. I just said she should read it out loud.
Werewolf.
She found it.
Is it that one that they were talking about in that one
I said,
video?
No.
I said
it
exposed. I
was-
didn't say.
It was. She was the one. She found
It's
it
got
all on
weird.
her own. It's a separate thing, but I think it's still like that type of. There was like alphas. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It didn't have anything else that was like described in that video. It was just like
Giga.
there were werewolves, and it
You
was
don't wanna
kind
know,
of
Giga.
Twilighty.
You don't want to know.
It was
You don't want to know.
Very
written by a
Twilighty.
12-year-old. So
Oh.
there you go.
It was during the Twilight phase.
I mean, as
Oh,
long as I don't have a 12-year-old talking about nodding, I think we're good.
Oh, there was much more about in that book.
There wasn't
Oh my
anything
God.
sexual, thank God.
No, it wasn't. But it was
Just disturbing.
It's just a whole bunch of
very, very
poorly written 12-year-old stuff, you know?
Oh god, yeah. So cringe, very cringe. Okay.
kind of.
But yes, so we're already at the river, or is this gonna take us a while to get there?
It will take a while.
We were at like some kind of coast, weren't we?
You guys are like 50 miles from the river, so that would take, if you're going at a walking pace, that would probably take roughly yeah, it would
Couple of
take
days.
yeah, it would take like a day and a half.
Okay, so Krug wasn't reaching into the river Styx to drink water.
Oh,
Never
darn.
mind.
No.
Never
That's what I
mind,
was
that
about
didn't
to
happen.
So if I were to throw when we get to the river, if I were to throw faint in, would you be harmed?
It's a hot blood river.
A little sticky.
I think there's probably more to it than that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find
Because-
out. It'll be fun.
Oh no. You know what? I don't want to throw you in, but you're the one that most likely can survive to see Krug can drink it.
It's blood. You're not supposed to drink that.
Why not?
What do you-
How does the general people that live here, how are they going to view mortals just wandering around?
As prey.
Am I mortal? Am I?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a mortal, immortal.
You're,
All right.
you're a mortal.
You can die.
Then trying to go into the
I
citadel with a group of mortals, potentially not good.
How do we
Question.
know if we're mortal?
Question. Why did we bring a human with us? Isn't that like a bad idea?
We
Why
didn't
did we
really have
bring
a
a-
choice in the
We didn't.
Whatever the fuck you are.
The one human is the one that you're worried about.
the one, the
Yeah.
half human.
Specifically, him specifically.
Yeah,
Wait,
I guess. Yeah,
worrying about his brain and how much he can take in?
Wait, but how exactly do we know if we're mortal? We're fine.
Okay, hold on. You want to see? Give me a second. I take out my spear.
No. If you touch me with that, I'm gonna hit you
No,
with
no,
my
no.
stick.
So,
No. Then I use my back of my spear and whack him in the head. Pack.
Ow.
See?
But-
There you go. Mortal. Ow.
That's
mean,
not.
Not being mortal, things can still hurt.
No. That's,
I
that's-
feel
that's
like-
talent logic, people. We can't give him more than that.
How do you know if you're mortal?
Well, I couldn't use the pointy edge, so I had to use the blunt edge.
You couldn't.
I feel like
Hmm.
I mean,
Is that
This is
that
really what we should be spending our
food.
mental energy on. Trying to solve these
Is
problems.
walking with his arms on his head like this?
pretty much, yeah, it's hot.
so here's in general how this is going to work. From a
boy.
mechanical standpoint. So, you all can choose, like wherever you're gonna go, and then we're gonna do a skill challenge, where you have to pick a skill that you're either proficient in or have expertise in, and you say some way that you are going to help the party in your journey. I mean, it could be anywhere from, trying to do a lookout to avoid being attacked to, I'm gonna be the person who cooks the food to make sure everyone stays, keeps their bellies full, or whatever you want to do. Pick a skill that you're proficient in. We're gonna go through everyone, and then based on the results of that skill challenge, like, you tell me what you want to do. I will kind of mentally set a DC for it in my head, and then it will determine kind of what happens on the journey. There might be combat encounters, there might just be RP. It really depends on the rolls, but like the skill challenge will determine what the journey happens. But you guys got to decide on where you're going first. And if just getting to the river Styx first is what you want to do first, then that's perfectly fine.
Well, I mean, do we need?
And you can't repeat a skill.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna have for this one. I'm just gonna have everyone roll. I'm not setting like a specific like you have to get 4 correct or whatever. It's just everyone contributes in some way. And yeah,
And every time we fail, another demon gets added.
maybe.
Well, I'm gonna apologize in advance, guys, because it's not gonna go well for me.
I mean,
So Faint says, I say, we go to the city, we get supplies. This lovely lady summons a friend of mine, and maybe that gets us in the right direction. But I don't feel strongly about that plan over any of the others.
But
Oh, she kind of looks at you and says, "A friend of yours?"
Yeah, he's kind of a dick, but it's fine. He's a good guy for a
So
Wait,
devil.
just
He?
so you know, if you're just looking to contact people, I have
No,
other
no,
ways that are less invasive than and less expensive than a
No.
summoning circle.
It'll be funnier this way.
wait, not a she, but a he. Wait, what?
Well, okay. Imagine we summon Zariel and put her in a binding circle.
That's
and then
not
ask
gonna
her
go
to
well.
please.
what do you mean?
How do you think that's gonna go?
Wait,
Very
why do we
well.
have to put it
F
in binding
minus.
circle? We can't just summon her to be like, yo, what's up? How you
Because
doing?
if we just summon her, her first instinct, as it always is with Zariel, will be to decapitate the nearest thing to her.
Well, we just put someone very near her, and then everyone else can talk to them.
Wait, so if you were
Meloria
the one-
looks at Talon and goes, "Do you volunteer for that?"
So wait,
Of
wait,
course
wait, wait,
not,
wait, wait, wait,
but-
wait, wait. So if we
Of course.
put you in front of her faint, would she still swing?
I would say there's a 50-50 chance.
Well,
And
mean,
on the
Involuntarily summoning a
Kurt.
archdevil? Not a
Whatever.
great plan.
Archangel.
Wait. What if we sent her a message before we summon her? Like, oh, yo, we're gonna summon you, and then summon her.
I don't know how to send her a message. But I do know that if we summon my friend, he's less likely to kill somebody out of hand. And he should know some things about where Zariel is.
how much less likely? You said 50-50.
I know.
Is it like 70% less likely?
Yeah, so then maybe 75-25. I mean, all these numbers, they don't mean anything to you anyway. Why are
okay.
you asking?
Okay, wait.
So
So
You don't know
he's
what they
gonna
are.
swing,
less likely, so
and he's
what
gonna
is the
miss.
price of us summoning
Got
him
it.
and him being in a circle?
Well, you got any devil money?
Yeah, why isn't it a square?
No.
What?
Okay.
What?
Why do we
Circles
need
have more
devil
power.
money?
Hmm.
What if he doesn't want devil money?
Well, we don't have any money. That's my point. So how expensive it
mean?
is
We
isn't
have
really a
money!
barrier
What
to
are you
the
talking
plan.
about? Okay, you lived here for thousands of years and you don't have money saved up?
Oh, you're saying that
You-
maybe I have like a bank account here with a whole bunch of money in it that's been accruing interest over the past like 100 years. You think maybe that's what's been happening?
Yes. What kind of,
That's
what
that's actually kind of possible. I'm not sure. I don't remember the state of my finances when I left.
What kind of general evolution are you, bro? You're telling us to summon people, you're like, oh, he needs devil money, and you're the only one that's lived here that would have that type of currency. You're like, I don't know if I
Hey.
have money. What is this? Oh my god.
Being a leader is about delegation. I don't have to know how much money I have. I just have to know somebody who knows how much money I have.
Okay, then where did the money go?
I don't
What
know
did you
that
s-
guy anymore,
But
but
then,
I used to.
What did you spend it on?
I don't know. This and that. New weapons, shiny armor.
Oh my god.
does shiny armor really help you?
I guess not
Sure.
because you saw you saw Mort die instantly, man. You saw that? He like,
I don't know if his
He wasn't
armor
wearing
was
armor.
shiny though.
And it wasn't shiny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
F
guess it
minus.
does help you then.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
We could
and-
make
and-
that so out of character. We could make that our first mission. Go to the nearest hell bank and see if Ballamel has any old accounts.
That being the city?
If Saint
Society's
remember any
always
of Ballamel's old past.
financial
if
based.
any of the planes that are not mechanists are gonna have a central bank, it's the Nine Hells.
Hell yeah.
So we go to the
Question-
bank. We go to the
question
Bank
mark.
of Avernus in the Citadel, and we get Balamel's bank account and withdraw everything in it.
B of A.
No, I
Bank of
swear I'm
Avernus.
him. I know I'm tiny, but I'm him.
Okay,
I know I'm small and everything, and not a
Okay,
double.
when you first went to the material plane, did you have any infernal things?
So I will say here real quick, you would know that even though you are carrying gold coins that are like minted and stamped from Brighthaven to the material plane, the reason why gold, silver, and platinum are used as currency is because regardless of who mints them, they are still worth something just due to their quantity and weight. And
Sure.
so you guys do have money that would still work here because it is still gold, platinum, etc. Like gold, platinum, silver, copper is still valuable here in and of itself. It might not go as far as it would, in the material plane in Brighthaven, minted by, the mages of Brighthaven or whatever, but it is still worth something. And then Meloria points out that like while yes, money is standard currency which you buy things, what I really need is material components. So if there's anything we can trade or do deeds for or something, what I need is actually material components and ways to create these things.
What material components would
Yeah,
you
what-
need?
What does she mean?
Hang on just a second. Let me double check.
Is
So,
it like gold?
She kind of stops and says, it depends on what you want to summon. So I guess that's my first question is I need more information about what you want to summon.
Cornugon. That's what we called them here. Cornugon.
Corn? What?
That's the what.
How,
Is that like a fancy type of corn?
A corn that's a gon?
How do you spell that?
Cornugon.
Hey, I got it right.
No, awesome. Yo, I just look at Scarlet. I'm like, your papa about to go broke real quick if he has money over here, man.
COR
He about to be
UGON?
broke.
Yeah.
DnD Beyond says that's not a thing.
Did you try Google?
That's why.
I tried not to make that sound like a dick thing to say. That was kind of dick.
No, it doesn't sound dick, but I'm like, if it doesn't exist in D&D Beyond, he probably Googled it.
Oh,
Well, it's the
Okay.
it's the local name.
it's the local name of a horned devil. Okay.
Yeah.
oh.
I imagine this is all
Oh.
actually
yeah.
happening. He's paints like Google it.
Try Google, dummy.
Yeah, God.
Hang on just a second.
Google.
Oh Jesus, I am not good at this. Well,
Is the terrain like sand? Is it like rock?
let me see.
I was gonna say blood sand, but I don't know if that's a thing. If blood can harden that and be crystallized like that.
It's a fantasy world with a fucking naked ass orc. I'm sure that can be a thing if we want it to.
I don't know. My brain right there just used like regular science logic for some reason. I was like, yeah, I don't know if blood can actually do that. Like be pressurized into that small kernel.
Yes, regular science logic
Supposed to
in D&D.
advance.
Totes works.
Hey! Science and magic are one and the same. Do you not watch Thor? Duh. That's what he says to Jane Foster.
This is not a Marvel-based D&D campaign.
What's that got to do with science and magic?
Just said Thor.
No, but that's from Thor.
That
but-
Marvel.
But okay.
You okay?
Marvel.
So,
I
okay. I'm gonna type this out instead.
I could say there's magic in the Cats universe, but then that's just weird.
Isn't there?
I mean,
Clearly.
I guess.
yeah. Isn't Mr. Mistopheles or whatever the fucking magic cat?
Yeah, and the other one's also magic.
The top hat one or whatever.
Cavity. It's also,
The cavity. Who's committed tax fraud?
He also yeah. How do you do that as a cat?
Alright, so Meloria kind of stops and looks at Frode and is like, alright, look, I'm gonna need you to stop being cagey and, like, tell me more, what you're planning and who this person is. If you recall, I saw the whole vision. So, I kind of saw it from a third-person perspective, but if you're trying to contact someone, and if it was someone that you knew from those visions, I can just do that.
Oh yeah, that's a good plan. Sorry, I've had to be cagey for so long. I don't know how to talk like a normal person.
But
Mm,
who from those visions would you want to contact?
so Mort might not be dead.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah. So when a devil dies on the material plane, they're sent back to the Nine Hells. In some way or other. I suppose he might not be a horn devil now. He might be something lower.
Oh. Okay.
But
Oh.
their name,
See, that helps.
Laws.
Now, if you would like, I can attempt a sending spell to see if I can contact him. And let me know what exactly you would like me to say. Conversely,
Right, Kua, what's our code phrase? What would Faint and Mort's code phrase be? We need a code phrase.
I thought when you thought of that, I'm like, why don't we make the little Faint Junior contact Uncle Mort?
I don't know how much that would work.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah, that's the phrase.
oh.
Is Shine's not dead? There you go.
No,
He
she
hears
like,
that,
Uncle
he'll
Mort, it's me, Shine.
It's not how something
That's
works.
all.
Well, I assume
It's me,
Mort,
murder
yeah.
baby.
Scarlet's still coping with the fact that she is Shine.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yo, Uncle Mort, it's me, Murder Baby.
It's your favorite murder baby.
In the night house, can you come help?
Your favorite murder baby in the
That's a good
night.
one.
and she will say, also, if it is Mort, it is technically a fiend. There are a few things I would need to be able to summon him to a summoning circle. I would need something to make the summoning circle out of, since Mort is likely more friendly and not as, at least friendly to you all, at least the last time you saw him, less likely to kill us all immediately than someone like Zariel if we tried to summon them. I could do it simply with some magical chalk, like 50 gold worth. But in order to complete the ritual, I would need a ruby vial worth 600 gold pieces, and I would need to be filled. And she kind of looks between Faint and Scarlet and is like, probably with one of you two's blood.
Wait,
No problem.
Wait, Scarlet, what happened to our ruby stuff? Didn't we have ruby?
We had ground up ruby, but I sold that.
Well, there goes our one easy ingredient that we had. Now it's gone.
Well,
You
it's
make
not
it
a
into
vial.
It's
Wait,
a ruby
was
vial.
the chalk that Krug and
I was
Talon
gonna
bought?
no, you got me normal chalk. It
We
was just straight
bought
normal
charcoal.
chalk.
Can
Like,
we
what-
make
the
it
kind-
magic?
Dry rock chalk,
You guys
dry out
remember,
from
we did
the
Yeah,
actually
because
ground.
you guys were gonna buy magical chalk, but you like didn't know which one, and so they sold you like regular chalk and like bamboozled you out of it.
Not that
Yeah.
not that
Damn.
they brought that up. Don't you have normal chalk to summon, like magical chalk to summon Clint, anyways?
No, you went back and bought
I
some. I'm pretty
used
sure. 'cause we were dumb.
charcoal.
Oh, charcoal.
Oh wait, did we buy chalk
Oh.
instead of charcoal? Or which one
Yes.
did we
Yeah.
buy?
Yeah, that's what we did.
I don't remember. We bought the wrong
Well-
thing. That's all I remember.
I'm like, you can't ask me for chalk because I summoned him using my symbol. See?
Hmm.
What? Can't you just like?
All right, so we need to go buy some chalk, an expensive cup.
And Meloria, kind of exasperated, is like, kind of looks at Kanaka and is like, yes, different beings and different things, especially depending on your pact with them, require different materials in order to summon them.
Why can't we just ask both of you just yell out his name and he can hear you from here? Doesn't that work?
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea, Meloria just says immediately. And just kind of like looks around and glances at a couple of the like towers off in the distance.
Yeah. Nope.
Wait, does sound travel far as you can see? I should
Yes, whatever the light touches is yours.
Oh, Okay.
No.
can I have all your stuff? Cause you're mine.
No, just now. I
Okay.
said what the light touches. The light
Aw.
don't touch me, bro.
Aw.
This has become a
Rejected.
very confusing conversation.
I'm gonna cast light on my stick and point it at Kanaka.
That's not how that works. It's not how that works.
It was
Maybe
500
we
gold
always
worth
stick and he
anyway.
pointed
It
at you.
wasn't
I'm gonna
600
touch him with it.
Oh.
All right,
So we wouldn't have had
Such a-
enough anyway.
Yeah.
Power of
What's
light
everybody-
is mine.
what's everybody else want to do?
I'm up for the city.
Yeah, I
some
think
motherfucking
city is best,
Go
and
buy some
we
chalk.
gotta get chalk.
And check your bank account.
And I bet all we have to do
Yeah,
is
find a ruby
find
vial.
Yeah, we can do that on the way.
And
See if I can get in. See if I
It's
remember.
been 26 years, so
Guys, I bet the ruby vial is gonna be the easier of the two there. So I think we're good.
Really? You're gonna buy it? Because I'm not gonna buy it.
we have
I'm
enough
not saying
money. Even
that we
for
need to buy it or
like-
anything. I'm just
Saint
gonna
Junior,
expect
we're gonna
that.
make your daddy go bankrupt if he has
Stop
money.
calling me Fate Junior.
No.
Faint Senior?
It might hurt.
Wait, what was your mom's name
I'll
again?
let her do it.
Oh my gosh.
Elska Junior.
Scarlet
Those
just starts
weren't
walking
our real
away.
Oh god.
Just remember, if you stab him, it means he's not mortal.
Okay, so you guys are trying to attempt to get to the Citadel then.
Yes.
I
So,
think so.
what is everyone going to do in an attempt? And remember, you guys do have a level of exhaustion right now, so these are technically ability checks and they will be at disadvantage.
Yay!
Could we take a short rest? Would that get rid of the
We have to take a
exhaustion?
long rest.
And I
Have to
think
take a long
it's
Yeah, we
so
have to take a long
now.
rest.
Man.
I think we
And
went
And
Um,
you guys
over.
have probably about another 12 hours before you can even take another long rest.
Okay.
Hey, what's this thing?
Technically, I only need 4 hours
What
of
thing?
rest to have a long rest if I just
I
meditate.
mean,
That
how
thing
far
is
away
the-
are we from the city, right?
the
Like,
The city's here, and we're over here.
Yeah, it's
400.
like a week's worth of walking
then
to get to
how
the
far
city.
was it from the town we started in to Brighthaven?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it this way, where it's more of a skill challenge and it becomes a narrative story of how you get there, or depending on roles or things that what happened, I'll just say, hey, and this is the encounter that happens now, because that way we don't go through
No, I know.
2 weeks of sessions just walking.
It's more a matter of like nothing on this map is close,
Correct.
right?
Okay, my question is like, in terms of checks, like if I guess like
Cool.
if we were to do athletics check, what would that like? What type of actions or things would you need to do that if you have that high modifier?
You jump up and down.
I mean, that's up to you. However you can justify it. If it's like, you want to run up and like,
Here,
run
I'll
as
give
fast
you an
as you can
example.
and try to be a scout up ahead in front of the group, like you want, or
I'm gonna
you
use
wanna
performance to help everyone feel like they're not in hell and like play some nice tunes and be like, this is not bad, guys. It's great, right?
I don't think making noise with music is a great idea.
I mean, that's an example.
Oh.
One of the things I thought of, but it's also an
Alright.
example.
So, Carl, I'm gonna do a nature check to see if there's anything near local that we can eat, so we don't exhaust our rations before we get to the Citadel.
I think Krug's gonna do.
Ooh.
Oh no!
I mean, this is hell. Carl doesn't know.
Oh no!
Faith's just constantly like, no, don't eat that. No, don't eat that.
Get that out of your mouth!
Don't eat that.
I'm gonna do.
That's not food.
What
Don't touch
Kanaka's
that.
gonna do if he sees like any like little creature or any like
Oh my
thing
God,
in
I
the air
just
that
got-
wants to that sees them. Oh, we're supposed to do this at disadvantage. Oh fuck.
Mhm.
I'm gonna intimidate them so they don't come near us.
Oh.
You know the scene in Avatar where Uncle Iroh is like sitting in front of I think it's some leaves. It's like a plant, and he's like, "This is either an amazing
Oh yeah,
scene
I
or a
love that
terrible place."
scene.
Yeah.
And he
Do
gets
I-
it wrong
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Do
Gotta
I
be
need
Carl by the end of the day,
proficiency
like-
in it? I can't just have
Come
any
on.
proficiency.
Places.
Them off, guys. I scare them off with my intimidation.
Correct.
Fuck outta here.
Jack of all trades does not count.
Okay.
So, you're just gonna have to scoop up Carl's soul somewhere, I guess, because Carl's gonna get themselves killed trying to find food.
Nah, we just gotta make Carl like treat Carl when she's trying to pick up food as like Krug. No, not that one. Not that one.
I mean, we think Carl's smart, so I don't even know if we
No, Carl's smart, so they're gonna feed it to Talon first.
Yes, kill the person that has the least resistance to stuff.
What?
All right.
I don't want your crappy
So
food.
that's Faint, Carl, Kanaka, who. So, Talon, what are you gonna do?
Come back to me. I have a lot of talkie skills.
I know.
Same.
Morningstar,
Right.
what are you gonna do?
Scarlet is going to be poring over books like a nerd, investigating, trying to find anything she can about Avernus, and like studying maps of Avernus, and just like figuring out where they are and where they're going, and any useful information.
Wait,
Um,
don't we only have 2 books?
She's going over them.
So if we're actually keeping track of it, Faint actually has his alchemy jug he bought set to water, and I can make up to 8 gallons a day, so we're good.
Nice.
Oh, you got the mayo jug.
Solves the water problem. What'd you roll, Money?
17.
I understood that
Holy shit,
reference.
that's heavy.
What?
I rolled an 8 and a 9. I just have a +9.
It is a mayonnaise
Wow,
jug. I
what
made
the
2
heck?
gallons of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm surprised I rolled so high for intimidation both times. I was like, the heck? One was a natural, another one was 19.
Has
Yeah,
no one
that was
done
ridiculous.
stealth?
All right, Kirk, what are you gonna do to help people on the journey?
I think Krug's gonna do survival to help find like food and shit. Maybe literally. So let's see.
Hint shit.
So technically, Faint has already done
Oh,
survival.
he already did that. Okay.
Sorry.
Help me. How do I make athletics relevant?
That's what I
You
was trying to.
can.
That's why I
Carry
asked,
me.
That's why I was
Yeah.
thinking of
Carry
Okay.
Talon.
Yeah, you
I was-
can carry the weaker members as they get tired to make sure you guys keep up your pace.
And like
Okay.
push stuff out of the way if stuff's in the way and whatnot.
Yes, this
Carry
is
Carl
why.
when she eats a bad mushroom.
Yeah. Okay. That
Dude.
works for me. Oh boy. All right. So 9 plus 6 is what I got. 15. Hooray.
Alrighty.
Wait, before we,
Carl's gonna be
I
tripping
asked
balls.
Meloria. So if we had an arcane orb, can you do something with that?
Cactus juice, it'll quench you.
Nothing.
Cheers.
The quenchiest.
Friendly mushroom, friendly mushroom. No, yeah, but I asked Meloria, if we had an arcane orb, would that be helpful at all?
I mean,
Would it
not
help to
really.
eat
I
it?
use a wand as my arcane focus.
Okay, never mind then.
Mario's so done with the party shit. I love her.
Never mind.
Yeah, dude, we're a shit mess. She's like a genius, so it's like she's hanging out with the dumbest people she's ever met.
Oh my
The most
god.
dangerous
She's,
place
she's
probably
gonna be
ever
the
been.
Gamora at the end of this. Oh my god, I am going to die amongst the biggest idiots in the universe.
But doesn't that
Since-
make her an idiot by association?
No.
Well,
That
if she
is what
talks
we
to
would-
Talon long enough, it'll probably reduce her brain
Very true.
points.
At one point, at some point.
Alright, Talon, just waiting on you now.
I'll try to make everyone stealthy and not like I'll use my knowledge of how loud you can be in a bar room so that people can hear you to like understand how loud we can be while walking, and if anyone steps out of line of being loud, I'll cast message and just be like, shut up, you dumbass, and I'll do it telepathically so I don't have to like say it either. Yeah, I'll try to be helpful being stealthy, because our rogue didn't do that apparently.
I'd rather
I
her
was
save that for
trying to
later.
think.
Alright.
I couldn't. I don't know. I figured stealth is like for yourself individually, and still trying to stealth for other people is more of like a survival thing.
Knowledge of stealth generally.
He kind of figured out a way to do it for the,
Yeah, he did.
for the party.
Oh,
so
come back.
I-
20.
I'll allow the justification. 20. Wow.
23 and a 20.
With disadvantage, we rolled real well.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
was insane.
Okay, our next
Except
rolls
for
are gonna
Carl.
be shit. Our rolls are
Except
gonna
for
be
Carl,
shit.
Yeah. Carl
Okay.
knows good.
So,
Carry him.
as you guys are running, Kanaka is definitely like Faint's kind of like leading and like showing the fastest route between like crevices or small hills, and Talon's kind of helping, tell him how to be stealthy. And Scarlet, you kind of find in a book that like there's lots of abandoned wreckage piles around the wastes, and you guys kind of figure out that like, hey, maybe that's just like a big wreck and there's nothing there. And in fact, you're able to use it as cover a little bit, and it does appear to be completely abandoned and there's nothing near there. And as you guys are traveling, Faint definitely, like, Carl keeps trying to find food and Faint's like, don't eat that, don't eat that, don't eat that. And then like Carl picks something up and Faint doesn't say anything, and it's just like, we'll see what happens. And it looks like a pepper, and Carl eats it, and it turns out to be basically a ghost pepper.
Oh my god.
Have fun.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh,
wait.
Starts
Uh.
screaming, and then Talon starts yelling in Carl's head.
Shouldn't
Shut
she
up,
be
shut
immune
up,
since she
shut
has
up, shut up.
organic blood in her? What the heck?
Roll high, because I want to be the Dragon of the West.
No, you have to be the Dragon of the East. This is already taken.
So you managed to keep it down. Like, you're hiccuping for like a solid hour, but like nothing. It's not quite that bad, and by the time you guys take your first long rest, like you're fine. Like it passes, and
Okay.
you don't add another level of exhaustion. After the first night, you all get a long rest, so you've cleared your exhaustion.
Hooray.
Woo!
Just drink water like this. Jesus.
and you guys do successfully manage to avoid, skirt, intimidate. There's a one point something that looks kind of like a rock, like tries to like come down at you, and Kanaka just stares at it, like gives it the middle finger, and it just like, fine, whatever, and just like flies away. There's too many of you anyway. If none of you are dead, whatever. So let's see here. How long would that have taken total?
Oh wait, where was
Like-
my?
Like
3
2
weeks?
weeks. It's like 2 weeks.
Oh cool.
Yeah.
You could probably pick up your X and move it.
Yay!
So this first X that I drew was actually me drawing on the actual map, and it's not on the thing. But yeah, you guys do successfully make it to the gates of the Citadel after about 2 weeks of walking and stealthing and being very careful, and you manage to not be harassed by any of the indigenous creatures of this zone.
2 weeks, bro.
Which is
we did.
impressive and hard, and it is a good thing you had the alchemist jug, because otherwise you would be super thirsty. Carl is down to like nothing but their beard almost, as far as it is like fuck this place.
Oh my god.
So fucking hot.
Fate and Scarlet seem perfectly fine. They enjoy it. Talon's kind of dragging a little bit, but Krug like helps carry Talon whenever Talon gets tired sometimes.
He puts Talon in like the little
and,
baby carrier he made out of his cape.
Why are we still here?
Yeah, our dragon egg, we're really still just doing nothing about that.
We're just gonna hope the baby's
Yeah,
okay.
Do you guys leave it in the bag of holding, or do you carry it in your little dragon Bjorn, or?
I think we should have been carrying it around at least till we get to this.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean-
you can't make this whole scene much weirder looking, so carry it outside.
Do you, Blue? It's up to you. It's your dragon.
That's true.
I think.
Carry me instead.
Yeah, I think Krug just like checks on, like, kind of asks to check on it every once in a while, but I think he leaves it in the bag of holding because he's like in his head it's like baby carrier for stragglers.
Fair enough. All right. And you do check on the egg several times through the journey, and it seems unchanged so far.
Okay.
But it does take 2 weeks to get to the Citadel with this strategy. And as you get there, you can see these massive infernal gates, and there are these two, essentially towering, almost fire giants, each one wielding a shield that is completely wreathed in flame, that are very stoic on either side. And the gates are actually open. Travelers, what look like various infernals or refugees, seem to be kind of being ushered through the gates when you get there, and some of it is just based on Faint, your knowledge, you would notice this. Some of it is definitely like slavers. There are some mortals that are being taken through by various forms of devils and whatnot, and who are clearly like, they made deals and the devils are collecting on their deals. There are some that are like captured demons or people who have been out hunting in the wastes. So there are like dead demons, dead rocks that are being brought into the city. Other various resources. There's some various mining and other things. It actually seems to be a fairly central and busy hub that is happening here. And there are guards kind of inspecting all the wares as everyone enters the city. what do you do?
So you want to go to spirit this?
Oh, I complained that we spent 2 weeks, man. This better be
Boom.
worth it, dog.
I guess
Well,
Krug
what's the
takes Talon
alternative?
out of the baby carrier.
I know there's no other alternative, but time is of
Would-
the essence.
I mean, I'm guessing we're just sort of watching them by from like a decent distance away. Would any of them look like something I mean, I don't know the limitations of the polymorph spell, right? Because I like haven't really tried it out. But would any of the things that are looking in charge look like something I could polymorph myself into?
Nope.
Okay. And are
Um,
they? How big are they?
So the fire giants that are like standing stoically are probably like 20, 25 feet tall. Each of the shields is like the size of a building. Like size of a small house, basically, and they're each wielding like 2 of them. But the actual like devils and stuff look, kind of similar to some of the things that you've seen in the in the memory. Like there are a couple bone devils, a couple horn devils, that are kind of the inspectors themselves. It seems like the fire giants that are standing there are more enforcers. And you actually notice that. Make a perception check.
Would anything be like smallish, like around my size? I guess. 20-ish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 20.
So yeah, you notice that the fire giants seem to have these large brass circlets around their wrists. And faint, on Talon kind of pointing this out, you would probably
So-
kind of remember that these are technically beings of the plane of fire, and the brass circlets are probably their version of shackles, and these are hired guards for the city gates, or possibly hired slaves. You're not sure.
Would there be any of the like people who are like leading in whatever prisoners they have or whatnot be similar to my size?
To your size, yes. I will say polymorph specifies it has